Let's talk some NFL draft, baby. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Onebar, and we are talking some draft today. Special episode today. We got three special guests coming on. Lions Talk with Mike, Jets Central, and Panthers Nation podcast. You're probably wondering why the hell are we bringing these guys on? It's for a reason. And we're going to get into that in a minute. Before we get into that, remember, subscribe to the channel, like the video here every damn day, talking Minnesota Vikings. Also, remember, put hashtag 7,000 down in the comments if you are a subscriber. Once we hit 7,000, we'll be doing this giveaway right here for one lucky subscriber. But let's do this. Draft is almost 2 weeks away, and we're going to be draft hot and heavy, just like everybody else. I'm dreaming of the draft. I'm sweating the draft. I can't wait. But the theme of this episode is Vikings picking 12. Obviously, whatever the teams do ahead of the Vikings are going to have a lot to do with who is available for the Vikings and who the Vikings take. And as far as I'm concerned, when you're looking at mock drafts, when you're looking at team needs, a lot of the teams, you at least have a pretty good idea of where they're going to go. But there's three teams in particular that I see that could go pretty much anywhere and throw a wrench in this draft. So that's why we're having these guys on to shed some light on where their team could possibly go to help set Vikings' minds at ease, or at least give them a little bit so we're not completely surprised. So let's take a look at the top 11 teams. Jaguars, consistently, it's Aiden Hutchinson. It's an offensive lineman. Lions, Mike is going to come on and shed some light here, because I think the Lions, they're rumored anywhere from Malik Willis to Trevon Walker to Kyle Hamilton. They are all over the place, and I think they will be a big deciding factor on who is there for the Vikings. Texans, edge, corner, offensive line. Jets, again, Jets Central will be joining us, giving us the scoop on where the Jets could go, which is a very important one. They have 2 picks in the top 11. Again, the Jets, wide receiver, they could go anywhere. Giants, offensive line, edge, corner. Those seem to be their staples. Panthers, again, another team rumored a possible quarterback, and really anywhere. Giants, we already talked about. Falcons, could they go quarterback, wide receiver, edge? Seems to be their big need. Seahawks, and then Washington as well. Washington been sniffing around receivers quite a bit. So Lions, Jets, and the Panthers. Big question mark. So we are going to start in order. They're going to let us know what they're thinking. Again, make sure to subscribe to their channel. These are some of the top guys for their team. So appreciate them taking the time to hop on. And let's start with our man, Mike.
This is Mike with Lions Talk by Chat Sports. You can find me on YouTube, Lions Talk with Mike by Chat Sports, on Twitter, Mike85, as well as Facebook, Mike Lions Nation, Mike. And go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell. Also, make sure you hit that like button for my guys here, Onebar and Lupagus. The more likes you get, the more chance that this video gets put out there. For the Detroit Lions, many speculations going around of what the Lions can do. I personally believe that they're going to go edge, just depending on what Jacksonville does at 1. If Jacksonville takes Aiden Hutchinson, the Detroit Lions, in my opinion, will take Kayvon Thibodeau over Trevon Walker, the Georgia standout player. Why? Brad Holmes, our GM, he loves universal players. He loves players that can go up front as well as back out. That's Kayvon Thibodeau. I think the Lions would go that route. A really surprise pick to me would be going safety Kyle Hamilton. I love safety Kyle Hamilton. I think he's a great player. Still, to see a safety go this high seems unlikely. It hasn't happened in 30-plus years. But the Lions, Dan Campbell said it himself, he doesn't care about positional value. But if you look at John Dorsey, he works with Brad Holmes, Lions GM, and he likes individuals that are premier talent at premier positions like an edge or a quarterback. Do I think the Lions go quarterback at 2? No, I do not. I think they have a little faith in Jared Goff that can help win this year. Fix the defense, kind of what I'm thinking they're going to go there for the Detroit Lions. I guess they potentially could go offensive line. I give it about a 1% chance. We've seen crazier things happen. With that said, I would assume that the Lions go edge here with Kayvon Thibodeau.
Kayvon Thibodeau, Mike shutting down the quarterback rumors for the Detroit Lions. Personally, I hope he is dead wrong. He probably isn't, but I hope they go quarterback, push somebody back. Next up, we're going to Jets Central. Again, links to these guys videos will be down in the description, so make sure to hit them up, subscribe. So yes, Jets Central. Let's see what's on the Jets' mind.
What's going on, guys? Thanks so much for having me on the channel. I really appreciate it. So we're taking a look at the Jets right now. 2 top 10 picks, pick number 4 and pick number 10. I feel like the Jets can go in a bunch of different directions because the team does have a lot of holes all across the roster, but I would have to say edge is probably the biggest need on the team. Okay, based off of talent, based off of depth, based off of the defensive system, right? Saleh, the 4-3, it's all about getting in the backfield, getting after the quarterback with your 4 down linemen. The Jets' best pass rusher right now is Carl Lawson. He missed the entire season a year ago. Okay, the Jets brought in Jacob Martin from Houston, a rotational guy. We just don't have that premier pass rusher off the edge. Hopefully, Carl Lawson, strings together a great season. But right now, it's just hard to put a lot of stock in a guy coming off a season-ending injury. So I think with that 4th overall pick, edge will definitely be in play, whether it's a Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon. I doubt Aiden Hutchinson falls, but I'm really looking at Thibodeau and Jermaine Johnson from Florida State. I think it's probably going to be either of those 2 guys with that 4th overall pick. I also think Ahmad Gardner could be in play. Joe Douglas, former offensive lineman, was with Baltimore. He was with Philadelphia. He has built his teams, and he has seen teams build their offensive line up. Okay, so I wouldn't put it past Joe Douglas, the Jets general manager, to go with an offensive lineman if he likes, an Ike Mekwonu and Evan Neal. So bunch of different directions, but I'm leaning towards edge with that 4th overall pick. At spot number 10, this is the complete wild card. The Jets could go corner. The Jets could go safety. If Kyle Hamilton falls, maybe he could be the pick. If a wide receiver is there, like a Garrett Wilson, like a Jamison Williams, maybe even a Drake London, I could see the Jets really taking a swing on one of those wideouts. So I think that's, if I had to guess, edge at 4, wide receiver at 10, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets also try to move back from that 10th overall pick to acquire more picks, whether it's in this class or a futures class. So anyway, thanks so much for having me on again. I appreciate it. And as always, go Jets.
The Jets are the one that's definitely scared me when it comes to Sauce Gardner getting plucked, but he said something very interesting, is the Jets at 10 could be a team that ends up trading back, and a team could definitely come up and snipe the Vikings looking for a Stingley or a Sauce, or for some reason Kyle Hamilton is there. But if the Jets stand pat and get an edge rusher, get a receiver, that is a win for the Vikings. Let's see what is on the minds of the Panthers Nation podcast. Again, hit them up, give them a sub. Let's hope Panthers really go quarterback here. I really want them to be all in on a quarterback.
What's going on, guys? This is David, one half of PNP. Shout out to Rashad, my other partner. I wanted to talk about what was going on with regards to the draft and what the Carolina Panthers are going to do. Overall, man, I think this is going to be 2 choices. Either going to be an offensive tackle or it's going to be a quarterback. I know a lot of people don't want to come back to next season with Sam Darnold, but with the flux of the head coaching situation with Matt Rule, it's going to be possible that we might be trying out Sam Darnold again. So I really think it's going to be dependent on what falls on the board. There's a lot of options here with regards to that. If Evan Neal falls to us, that's going to be the pick. If Ike falls to us, Ike Mekwonu, the offensive tackle from NC State, falls to us, that could definitely be the pick. Depending on what Matt Rule needs, if he needs somebody that's going to start right away, that's going to probably be Kenny Pickett. If they have some level of patience, it could be Malik Willis at quarterback. Because I don't think Malik Willis is going to be ready to start day 1 from that standpoint. So, in my opinion, if you're gonna, if you want to think about some possible wild cards that we could take, I think if Ike and Neal's gone, I could see them taking Charles Cross over any of the quarterbacks, the offensive tackle from Mississippi State. I could see a situation where we take Kayvon Thibodeau, the pass rusher from Oregon, and that's pretty much the list from the 6, right? I think those 6 are probably going to be the pick. I could see, if you want to see like a surprise, like a shocker, when it comes to what we would do with this pick, I would say it would absolutely be Matt Corral at quarterback. I think that could shake some heads. I could see Kyle Hamilton if he ends up falling to 6. I just don't envision that happening. But if you want to talk about somebody that'll be there on the board that could be taken and it would knock people off their feet, Matt Corral, the quarterback. And truth be told, he might be the best fit. But I don't think people have him going that high. Personally, I don't think any quarterback should be going this high. But hey, man, Check us out, man. Look us up, Panther Nation Podcast, PNP, Rashawn and Dave Show on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter at Panther Nation PC. Shout out to Onebar for the invite, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.
Panthers Nation Podcast. They've been on a few times. They're the real deal. Love those guys. And I love the thought of Matt Corral going in the top 10. That gets my draft juices flowing. That's all I hope for, is a top 11 pick, to just be one of those picks that you're just like, oh my God, I cannot believe that happened. I love the fact that they're really not sniffing around cornerbacks, and offensive line. Would love that as well, because we know we're not going offensive tackle at pick 12. So there you have it. Hopefully that helps fill a little bit, or remove a little bit of the mystery as far as those three teams are. Let me know in the comments below, who is your mystery team, a team that could really mess things up for the Minnesota Vikings as far as those top 11 picks. Again, hit up all the links down in the description for these guys. Subscribe to their channel. Appreciate them coming on, and we'll be back hot and heavy. We'll be live tonight, so join us at 7 o'clock, and hashtag 7,000 in the comments.